Just a podcast underground. Cheap mics buzzing, webcams blurry. Want it out there, no need to worry. Fine K66.9 is no joke. Audio so rough, makes your ears choke. But they keep talking, voices ain't broke. Budget keeps microphones stroke. We ain't got cash, just passion black. Audio crack. Rock this podcast. Crack the podcast. Crackling audio, background invite. Authentic sound in the dead of the night. Listeners tune in, nothing's ever tried. Raw and pretty, not pristine or light.
Good evening, everybody, and thanks for coming back to Budget Podcasting with myself, Clay, and...
Hey, I'm Kevin.
Hey, I'm Kevin. Kevin is a little under the weather today, so let's send some good vibes to him.
I am. I'm a bit sickly, if you will.
Tonight, we're going to go over, we're going to spotlight the Vocaster, and it's kind of generic to the Vocaster 2 or the Vocaster 1. And then we're going to briefly discuss mic technique.
Which the Vocaster 2 is at an amazing price right now.
Yes.
Oh,
I saw that.
Oh, I'm so... Because this thing goes up to like $200 at some point.
I know.
Which is crazy.
Last year, I think it was $300, and it bounced around between $249 and $299. Then it started going on sale for $99, and then it would go back up to like $169, $179, and now it's
lower than $99 right now.
Oh, really? Because where'd you find that?
Amazon.
Oh,
Amazon.
I looked on Amazon tonight, and it was $99.
Well, what I saw, it was
Was there a coupon?
No. You know what? Let me double check because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
You do that, and I'm going to say hi to Steve-O and Chris. How you guys doing tonight?
I could be in a sick fever and imagined it because, I
think that's what I looked on. Maybe it wasn't Amazon. Maybe it was a Google listing. I was looking for different. It was right before I texted you. Let's see. What do we got here?
Okay, no, it's $99. You're right. It's $99.
Steve says he hopes to make it back to the house for this one. It hits home. Time to light this candle, boys.
Time to light it up, guys. Light it up. Time
Hot
to get a
toddy,
hot toddy.
yeah.
Oh, that sounds so good right now, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Is
really does.
that a those like the hot lemon teas, or?
I think it's almost like a mint julep, I think.
See, I don't even know what a mint julep is, but I've heard of hot toddy.
Instead of a hot toddy, I'll just take an old fashioned. I'm an old fashioned guy.
Yeah.
I love me a good old fashioned.
Arby's Hooligans. Good evening.
How's it going, everybody? How is it going? All right, guys. Like you said, we're going to be talking about the Vocaster 2, and we are going to be discussing a little bit of mic technique. We're not going to get too big on mic technique because there's only a few things that you really need to do for it, but I feel like a lot of people don't do these things, and sometimes it can drive me nuts. What was that?
We lost you a little bit.
Oh. So yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't do some of these mic technique things, and it can drive me a little nuts.
Yeah. Yes, it can.
Thank you, Harvey Hooligans. Thank you. He said that this mic is fire, which it is
Yes.
in the color of fire. If you want to see how I did this microphone, go check out Back to the Retro review. I have the video came out today.
Nice.
Early plug. I just plugged myself earlier than normal. That's
Why
all.
not? I actually have no plugs because I'm up to date and I need to record. So
Sometimes it
little-
be that way.
like the last 2 days, I've just kind of not came up here.
Oh
you know?
man,
Oh, you froze again.
You know what? It has to be
There you are.
there's updates I need to do on my computer, and B, it could be my internet. So sorry.
Okay. No sweat. It is what it is. This is live. This is what happens.
All right. You want to go ahead and get into the Vocaster, man?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get into the Vocaster real quick, you guys. I have Kevin prepared a slide, and I will go ahead and go through that. So the Vocaster, and this applies to, like I said, the Vocaster 2 or the Vocaster 1, has broadcast quality sound. Get studio sound in seconds from Vocaster's high quality mic input. And on to the next. And it's got over 70 dB of gain range, and I can vouch for the fact that I love how much gain it has and how much it does for your mic. So it says, get the best out of any mic, no booster needed.
I like how they're showing the SM7B there, letting you know it can power that. And I think we lost Clay instead of me this time. So maybe it was Clay's internet that went out and not mine. Okay, so I'll finish off. 2 mics, 2 headphones. The Vocaster 2 gives both presenters their own headphone output and show mix. So, yeah, you can use 2 microphones with this thing if you need to, if you're doing
There
a
we
show.
are.
So maybe it was your internet that was messing up and not mine.
Oh, why was that? Because you were froze until mine went away.
Oh, okay. So,
I read this one already.
okay. So let's, I'll let you
Could
continue.
be my internet. Yeah, all right. I'll go on to the next one. Alrighty. Auto gain, which I just was talking about. Set your level in seconds. Just push the button, start talking, and let auto gain do the rest. And the only thing that we've noticed is that when you...
It looks like we lost Clay once again. So yeah, the only thing that we've noticed, yeah, you keep leaving, bro. You keep leaving. So I'll finish it off. Your auto gain, you set your level in seconds, and I think the only thing you was about to say was go into your settings and click it onto streaming instead of was it standard? I think it is.
I think it's a standard, yeah.
Yeah, click it on streaming, because streaming gives your DB like almost like 10 more things of gain, to where it sets your levels almost perfect, to where maybe some slight adjustment after that. But
I was going to say, even when we do that, I still have, or I feel the need to bump it up just a little bit, because I like a good strong presence.
Right. For me, I didn't do that, and I thought that I was kind of fine. Let's see, and the next one is enhance, which this is a great thing to have as well. You can go, it's select one of 4 podcaster approved presets and level the true quality of your voice. And you can go in with the Vocaster Hub
Individually
and change things a little bit, which I absolutely love that for the Vocaster.
Yeah.
And it's so small and portable. You could throw this in a backpack if you need to, and have a, basically a portable studio with you at all times. Let's see.
I feel bad now.
Was that?
I feel bad now because you're doing
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. I think
You
that
need
is
to check
all
my
the
internet real
slides.
quick while you're doing it.
Oh no, you're good. Let's see. We got some comments that we missed here. We got Yo Cholo in the house. He said, "What's up, G's?" Yo Cholo finally got himself a Vocaster 2,
Yeah,
which
I've
was
noticed
very cool.
how he's got the mic, he's got the Vocaster, and a lot in his shows now you can hear him good and clear.
He was using the Fine SC3, but now that Vocaster, I don't know what it is, man. That Vocaster it puts out the bit rate, I think, helps a lot
Yeah.
with the output. Thank you, man. Thank you. He says he loves the transitions. How's the sound out there for everybody else out there in podcast land? How's it sound for everybody? Is it a little glitchy for everyone? I'm curious.
Where are we at in the comments?
We're at, I did the Mod Squad Network said that they love the transitions.
Nice.
So that's he said there's been glitches a lot lately. Chantel, yeah. So it could be
maybe it's just EV Mux.
Maybe, but it could be
anything. Internet's not 100% reliable, no matter what you got.
And that's with live streaming, yeah. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about mic technique. We did spotlight the Vocaster 2, which again, amazing device. I suggest getting the Vocaster 2 over the 1. That way you can have 2 microphones at any given moment. Yeah, to where if you need a condenser mic, you can have your condenser mic ready. And if you need a dynamic mic, you can have that ready to go. And they're already hooked up, no switching needed. So yeah, I should definitely suggest the Vocaster 2. But if you only need 1 mic and you don't feel like changing it up, just get the 1. Yeah.
And Harvey's Hooligans is asking about lights. I don't know if he's talking about me or you. We both actually have something different going on tonight, so
yeah. Well, my lights were the same as last week. I was just fine tuning since they were new. I was fine tuning the brightness levels and everything, and I may have looked a little orange last week, which because you got the different levels. Mine, I have like a warm, I got like a daylight, and I got like a cool, which I think I got it pretty well dialed in now.
Mine, if you follow Level Up with Mike Newman at all, he has a video about the, what is it, Relino?
Yeah.
It's a panel light, and I can't, my throat. It's a panel light, LED panel light, and I grabbed one. He did a video about it. I absolutely love this light. It's made a huge difference. Like even my son was watching one of my videos, and he thought that I did something different with my video quality, and I'm like, no, I just got a different light.
Lighting can make such a big difference.
Well, this one you can actually adjust the Kelvin, and I've got it set at 4700, and I'm only using this light at like 5%.
Yeah, and it's putting off and it's even. It's a very even tone on you. Like I don't see any hot spots like I would normally see. Like you.
Well, I know.
Sometimes you would get the ones right in here.
I have a couple, but
I got one right here, but that's from my overhead light. So that's. See if I do. Hold on. The cover.
Yep.
But yeah, that's from my overhead. So all right. I want to talk about mic technique. When you have a microphone, I hate when people put the microphone right in front of them. Unless they have like a huge foam wind protection on it, because if you do that, you'll get peas when you go to talk. When you're talking, it may sound a little bit clearer, it may sound a little bit deeper, but you get those pesky peas, and those pesky popping peas, and I don't like the pesky popping peas.
You started to look like you were angry at it.
Please don't put pineapple on your pizza or cherries.
Cherries and pineapple, man.
Somebody commented on that, like, who puts cherries on their pizza? I'm like, they know who they are.
Yeah, I knew exactly who you were talking about. Listen, that's not something I came up with. I never heard of that until I went to this pizza joint in town, and it's called New York Pizza. They have really good. Matter of fact, have you heard of the guy? I can't remember his name. Barstool Reviews.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
I can't. What's his name? I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I've only seen
something or other.
yeah.
Anyway, he did a video. He's on YouTube. He did a review of their pizza.
Mm-hmm.
But I was there one time with somebody, and we didn't have that. A table across from us had. I looked over and I said, "What is that?" Because I could see the ham, I could see the pineapple, and there was like maraschino cherries on it, and I'm like, "Cherries?" And the people of the restaurant said, "You've never heard of it?" And I'm like,
No.
And next thing I know, they came out with a slice for me. No. And I was like, okay. And I tried it, and it's different.
To me,
it's definitely different.
To me, it would look like the pizza is spotted. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But no, Barstool. I see him on TikTok all the time. He goes in and it's a 9.5. It's a 8.5.
Yeah,
it's a good slice. It's a good
that
slice.
That guy. Yeah. Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't remember his name though. New lights again. Back to the retro. Well, yeah, I got these off of TikTok. I got them off of TikTok. I got them cheap as hell.
Cheap.
And yeah. I went from 3 lights down to 2, so I kind of minimized my desk space. That's why I did that, Felix. Or Yo Cholo.
I do that.
But yeah, for good mic technique, I suggest putting the mic off to the side and coming and pointed at your mouth at a 45-degree angle. So whenever you're talking, the wind goes past the microphone. It still is able to capture your voice, still able to capture a lot of rich sound coming from your voice.
Yep.
But you lose all those pesky P's. Please don't put pineapple on your pizza. Please don't put pineapple on your pizza. Please don't put pineapple on your pizza. See, it's just...
Yep. And when you're doing like he's saying, do a 45-degree angle, like I've got mine kind of the max as far as distance. Like it's a good, 6 inches away from my mouth. You don't want to go much further than that with a dynamic, because then you're just going to start getting that echoey, hollow room sound.
I'm this far away. I'm 4 fingers away.
That's usually what I am. I moved it so this is a little different, but I had it moved for whatever reason.
And especially with a dynamic microphone. Now, if you had a condenser microphone,
that's a little different.
It's a little different. If you have something like this, you can be, a good almost foot away from it. Yeah, you can be a good foot away from it, and it'll still pick up your voice very clear. But I would still suggest being at a 45-degree angle.
Yep. And Harvey's Hooligans has it exactly right. Talk across the path of the mic.
Yes.
Rather than into the path.
Yeah, I know you see on TV a lot of times singers and like that, they have that mic right in front of them, but you're talking expensive mics that are able to handle some of that. And a lot of times, if you notice, they are still, it's off close to them, but it's still off to the side to where when they're singing, it's blowing right past them.
Yep.
And when you're doing a podcast, like I said, I've seen podcasts where they have like a SM7B pointed right at their mouth, right in front. That one can probably take a little bit more plosives, but they still come through, and it drives me nuts when you're talking about something and it's kind of ruined by the plosives.
I'm trying to think of what the ratio would be of people that don't give a crap about that, and then people like us that can't hear anything but that. Because I would imagine there's people that don't really pay attention and don't notice it. But if you're if you want somebody to listen to you and you're thinking that your audience might be anything like you and you want to perfect that sound, then practice good mic technique.
Right. Like there's a few podcasts that I've seen, video podcast is what I'm talking about, that it's right in front of them. And like, I mean, it is what it is. I can't, I don't want to harp too much on it, and I don't want to call
we're
people,
not hating,
and I'm not calling people out. I just think that a good mic technique, especially if you're recording a podcast, you don't want a pop or a plosive to be the focus of what you're talking about when you're doing a podcast. You want the people to hear what you're talking about, not focusing on those pops and plosives, because a lot of times it'll spike your levels, and you can be clipping and you won't even know it because you're popping your P's.
Popping your P's just doesn't sound right.
Popping your P's and B's. P's and B's.
Yeah.
I will say one of the things that I hear people talk about a lot, and I still have a hard time hearing a lot of it, is sibilance. I have a hard time hearing bad sibilance. Now, maybe it's because I'm not as well versed with sibilance, but for me, I don't hear a lot of it.
What do you mean you don't hear a lot of it?
I don't hear a lot of bad S's to where it bothers me.
In yours or in others?
In others.
Well, maybe they're using, so like I have all my videos, even currently, I'm using a de-esser EQ. So it's
I have one
out.
set as well, but again, even when I'm playing with it, I'm like, it's so minute that I barely even notice it. But that's just me.
I think it also depends on what, if they're doing any processing, what amount of processing they're doing and what type, because certain things EQing that you can put on your mic will dull that down a little bit too.
Right. We do have a poll, guys. I did set up a poll.
Oh.
So, do you like RGB on your microphone? Hashtag yes.
I'm gonna go in here right away.
Clay's like, I'm voting on this one.
Yeah.
Clay's like, yeah, I got something to say on this one. Hashtag yes, hashtag no, hashtag maybe to enter the poll, and it'll automatically put it in there for you. So yeah, for me, I'm gonna vote too as well because I have opinions.
Opinions, huh?
I have opinions for sure. I'm going to get on here, and I'm going to.
Is it a capital? Yeah.
No.
Oh no, it can be
lowercase.
whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Hashtag no for me.
No. But that's personal preference.
Right.
The reason I don't
Felix.
is,
I was about to say, yo, Cholo, yeah, RGB lights.
Oh yeah.
Those little
The reason
lights.
I don't is because I'm reading what somebody said. Really good burgers? Is that what it says? Yeah. Well, if that's what we're talking about, I will take.
Is it RGB or RBG? I think it's RGB, right? Now I'm questioning
RGB.
myself.
Yeah, RGB. No.
Okay. I'm like, did I mess that up?
I don't like it because of what I do. It takes away from like the focus is what I'm talking about and what and me. That's how my YouTube channels, especially the Chronicles, is set up. So if I had a light flashing or a color sitting here that was just like, for example, this is the coolest mic ever. Mike from Level Up sent me this. I cover it up when we do our shows because that's all you. Well, I mean, I'm not criticizing Kevin, but I'm just saying that I will go like this just to kind of dull down the,
I mean, it sounds like you're criticizing me, but I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just playing, dude. I'm just playing.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
We got Miss K in the house. How's it going, Miss K?
What's up,
Good
Miss
to
K?
see you. She says she's good to join in, but she was a little late. Hey, I get it. You're probably on that PS Pro playing all them high quality video games.
Speaking of joining in, it's been a while. It's too bad we don't have a poll for this, or a way to whatever. In the group that typically are here every single week, I think we should do something where they can chime in and say if they want to be on the show,
Oh yeah, I'd love to have some people on.
and we can just pick one and have somebody on.
Yeah.
Not necessarily tonight, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, not tonight because we're not set up for it. But yeah, if anybody's interested on being on Budget Podcasting with Clay and Kevin, just message one of us and let us know, and we'll definitely work you in, man.
And I say it with a sternness that just the people that watch every week, because
We know
me
you.
and Mike had an experience that we're like, we don't want to go back to that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did I miss that episode?
I don't think you did. I'm just not going to say any more than that.
I got you.
I'll tell you off live.
Okay, yeah, I definitely want to hear that one. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's only a couple of people I could think of that you've had on.
Anthony Lewis, what's up, man?
How's it going? Ask away, Yo Cholo. That's
Yeah.
what we're here for. Yeah, I think we've pretty much covered all the subjects we wanted to cover. We talked about the Vocaster 2, how it's probably, for the price right now, probably the best audio interface you could get right now for podcasters.
Does a
Not
good
so
job.
much. Yeah, not so much musicians. It's definitely not good for musicians, but for podcasters, it's the cat's ass. But yeah, and we talked about mic technique. If you notice, me and Clay are using good mic technique, 45-degree angle. So yeah.
Yes, sir. Harvey says he has no filter. So I'm guessing he's saying he doesn't want to come on.
Hey,
We don't care about filters.
No, I mean, I just said a curse word. So
Yeah.
got the microphone. Thank you. Oh man, you're welcome.
Awesome.
Was you able to try it out?
What was it that you sent him?
The AM.
Uh-oh.
The
Oh, there you go.
AM6? The AM6.
AM6?
Yeah. Red Cabin Acoustics.
Oh, hey.
Oh,
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
will you take a zero? Coke Zero.
A zero? Yeah, I will.
Red Cabin Acoustics said he made it late, but
it's
he's
me
here.
or you,
Welcome.
one or the other. I think it's you this time. Actually, it's probably Evie Mux.
You know what?
There you go.
Well, if it was EV Mux, it would be both of us.
There you are.
You know what? I'm looking. It's got to be you because I'm looking at I'm looking at the feed because
But so am I.
Oh,
I'm
you
seeing
are?
mine good. Yeah. I think it's Evie Mux.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
How's the feed
Doesn't
look
matter.
for everybody else? Is anybody else? Are we cutting in and out? Are we pausing? Are we freezing up? And if we are, which one of us is doing it?
Bothams. They're going to say Bothams.
Yeah, both.
Both.
Anthony Lewis is going to go practice his Mariah Carey Christmas songs with it.
Awesome.
Let's see. Yo Cholo been doing the best with what's getting thrown my way.
All right.
Yeah, he's Yo Cholo's been going through a lot this week. Thoughts and prayers still go out to you, and I'm always here for you, dude. Okay, we do have a question.
Yep. So I read it in my head. If you want to go ahead and read it.
It says, I have a mic question. Like Bob Barker and Gene from the dating show, they used a long one type mic. What kind was they? Dynamic? No, I believe that would be a condenser microphone, and very similar, I would think it would be to like the fine desktop microphone that I reviewed not too long ago, just a small capsule on the end. I think that it's
Would
just,
they be? I would have thought dynamic because of the all the other noise going on the stage.
yeah, that's a good question. That's a
I don't
good
know.
question. Say,
I was
I say
going to
condenser.
say dynamic, but let me look.
I say condenser, and well, they did use it right in front of their face like a dynamic. Maybe a small dynamic. I've never even thought.
What would I?
Bob Barker mic.
Wand. Huh?
Bob Barker mic.
Okay. Was the Bob Barker mic?
Yeah, the sound pings, that is an EV thing. It's a known problem. They do know about the sound pings. It's with Google Chrome that they said they're working on it. So they do know about that.
Let's see. Dynamic.
Red Cabin Acoustics said Sony had them, as did Moran's. They were condensers. He has one.
Oh. Okay. Well, then I'm not going to read what I just looked up because it doesn't say that. It says the Bob Barker microphone is a dynamic microphone, a Type A professional dynamic microphone with a gooseneck design.
There we go.
I don't know. But if anybody knows, it's going to be Red Cabin Acoustic.
This is true. And Livestream Consultant said it's a Sennheiser Meg 1440B cardioid condenser. Gooseneck. Yeah. So we're going condenser, but apparently we're differing on the model. Livestream Consultant said Sennheiser, and Red Cabin Acoustics said Sony. Harvey Sulligan said they expect me to pull one out. I don't know what they're talking about.
He what?
They almost expected me to pull one out. I guess they expected me to pull one of those microphones out and be like, hey,
like this? We have this one. No.
I got the Bob.
His was like thin, and he held it like this.
Yeah. I would love to do it. I would love to get one and do a show like that. To tell you the truth,
we should, and just sit there and hold our microphones. Why not?
Red Cabin Acoustics, come on down.
You just wanted to say that.
Yeah. I mean, come on. When your watch price is right, that's what you're thinking of anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. That's not the host. That's the announcer guy in the back.
Still, when you think of when I think of prices right,
come on down. Yeah, you do.
So
You're totally right.
Does anybody else have any questions? And while sorry guys, sorry. You can have good mic technique, but you can still bump the microphone and mess everything up. Bump your boom arm, which I just did. So let me check in on that.
Which I never do. Free.
Check in on that poll. Do you like RGB on your microphone? Hashtag yes. Hashtag no. Hashtag maybe. Let's see, because I know that, let's see, the few mics that I've had that had RGB on it, I've had the HyperX Quadcast. It had red RGB on the inside. I had the Mayano. I don't even remember what model. It was a gaming mic. I had the... Oh, man. I don't know, man. There's just too many mics with RGB. Now, if it's a gaming mic and you're a gamer, I can understand that because, it's a little flare.
It's the gaming theme,
Yeah, it's a little flare in there.
Yeah.
But
that's different.
Yeah.
We like our lights in front of us and behind us, and that's it.
Agreed.
Red Cabin Acoustics says the one he has telescopes and has a mute switch, so when you do it, it makes no noise.
Oh,
That's cool. I'd like to see a picture of that.
I would too, actually. All right. So does anybody else have any more questions? And again, guys, I'm sorry for the lack of energy. I've been sick last night and today. So, my apologies for that.
Oh,
Was that?
I went
Oh yeah. Oh,
too
stomach
much
issues
Peter
has been.
Stillin.
No, no, none of that. None of that.
Okay.
Apparently, we had people looking up the Bob
Yeah,
Barker
I
mic.
see that.
It was
Go ahead. Or you want me to read that?
You can read it. You can read it.
Live stream said, okay, Bob Barker used the first Marantz EC12B by Super Scope.
I am feeling a little bit better, Miss K. It was just a stomach thing. Like, I didn't sleep well last night, and just, I just haven't been eating because of it. So he later used the Sony ECM51. So you were both right, and I
Nice.
was right with condenser.
And I was wrong with dynamic. It just, I would have thought, I would have thought dynamic because of the noise rejection, but
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, but I figure on stage, especially when you're dealing with contestants, you kind of need the condenser to pick up what they're saying
What
when
they're
you want to
saying
do,
as
yeah,
well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now everything's just. I think they clip mics on them. They use
Yeah.
the lav mics. And
Dude, I
stuff
would
like
love
that.
to get a hold of some of the really good lav mics that like the show my wife watches on Patrol Live.
Oh, I love that show.
All them guys, they sound like they're talking on a mic like this, and it's instead of one, it's two. They have two little mics right there, and I'm like, I want one, whatever that is, I want one.
I'm the same way. I've noticed that too, and I'm like, I want one. I need to figure out what mic that is.
You can guarantee we probably can't afford one of them.
Probably. You're probably correct.
Yeah,
Ta-da.
maybe.
Let's see.
Possibly.
All right. So let's talk a little bit more about the Vocaster 2, shall we?
Sure.
So when you go into if you get a Vocaster and you download the Vocaster hub, you can go in and change your compression as well as some of the bass, treble, and highs on it as well, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm gonna show them.
Oh, there we go. Let's do a little show and tell.
So what he's talking about is when you go and do your enhancements, say you turn on radio mode, and then when you go in, not there. In here, you've got, see, mine switched back to default.
Oh,
So you switch it. Oh yeah, you hear the difference?
I do hear the difference.
That's a big difference. So you switch it over to stream, and it's going to give you a little more boost. Let's go back to default, and let me do the auto gain.
Doing auto gain. He's doing an auto gain test, this is one of the features that I love the most about the Vocaster.
So with it on that setting, you see where it landed just above half. Okay. If we go in and hit stream, they bumped it up just a little more.
Yeah, you want to
See
do the auto gain with the stream on stream?
Sure.
Maybe see where it goes when he does that with the auto gain on the stream and see if it's any difference whatsoever. I'm curious.
No,
Yeah,
about the same spot. So
About the same spot.
it kind of like once you've already done it, if you go in here and change it back and forth, it'll go from one to the other. So that's it. That's what we were talking about, and that's something I didn't know about until Kevin told me, because he had said something about I sounded quiet and muffled, and he showed me that, and ever since I did that, whenever we stream, I use that.
And I found that completely by fluke. I didn't read any manual or anything like that. I was just playing around with my settings. I'm like, I wonder what this does.
I don't know what camera is because I've never used it.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
I'm guessing if you had a camera, had your Vocaster hooked up to your camera so that your sound coming from your camera was running into your Vocaster?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I've never
Do you
done
want
it.
to show them the compression and everything on?
Yeah. So when you first go in, hang on, I gotta clear my throat.
Let me clear my throat. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Bad. When you when you first go in, like I was showing you earlier, this is not the default compression. If I switch this back to default, the Vocaster by default does a real high compression,
Right.
and most of us, just because of the way it sounds than what we like, we go in and we, after it's adjusted, we bring that back down a little bit, or a lot of bit.
Yeah, very little compression. Nowhere near as much.
And you can see I've already on each. Okay, for the warm, I didn't adjust the compression. The bright I must have, because almost every single one of them, when you do the auto gain and you do it default with what the settings are, it's usually about halfway.
Right. And what I like is if you like the way it sounds on one of these presets, but you're not quite there yet, you can still go in and adjust it to where you want it.
Yeah,
Which I find that to be an amazingly helpful feature.
it's neat. And then if you ever wanting to do like a mic comparison, or you want to do, like, say when I did the tutorial on the Vocaster, I went ahead and switched all this back to the default so that everybody would know exactly what it sounds like for me when it's on the default settings.
Does it save it? Okay, we got some questions.
Yes.
We got Harvey Hooligans.
Harvey
Auto
said
gain.
auto gain. Well, we did that. Anthony Lewis. So everything you do, yes, it saves it, and it's going to stay that way unless you change it. And even if you decide to, you're gonna record one night or go live, and you're not going to use this software, the physical device will keep all the settings that you had the last time you used it.
Correct.
So
whatever you change in the hub saves to the device, to where even if you unplugged it, I believe, and took it to a different studio, it's still saved onto that device.
Yep, it'll stay. Yep. So if you took it, like he said, if you went somewhere and you used it with somebody else's computer and they don't have the Vocaster hub, as long as what you had in there is what you want, it's still there. But you can still adjust it manually. You just won't get the visuals. So, like, say you did it remote, like he was talking, and you went somewhere with your Vocaster and they didn't have the hub on their computer, but you were going to be using their computer. You can still adjust everything physically on the face of the Vocaster by sound, and you won't obviously be seeing the screen.
Yeah, because because it does have the knobs and stuff like that on the Vocaster itself.
Yeah, you've got a physical gain knob which duals for both guest and host.
Move this off of the screen real quick.
Yeah, and then you've got all the buttons at the bottom to operate the mic mute, the enhancements, and then you can turn on and off the host, the guest, and like there's a separate set of those settings for the guest as well.
Correct. Like the little button on the middle part that's off to the left is that's your headphone volume, to where you can hear your headphones. And the middle big knob is your gain.
It's the gain, yep.
To where you can adjust it manually. So the
Price tag Bill is asking right now, this thing is the lowest it's ever been, and it's worth it. This is what I paid for mine several months ago when it went on sale. It's $99. Normally, what was it, a year and a half ago, this thing started out around $300.
yeah, it's It's a steal of a deal, and that's for the 2. The actual Vocaster 1, if you
It's
just want
even
to use
cheaper, and that's
one microphone, I'm gonna look that up
probably
right
all
now.
Bill would need.
The Vocaster 1 is
Probably $67.
I don't even see the Vocaster 1 on Amazon right now. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's $59.99, so
Oh,
$60.
there you go.
$60.
So- Bill, if you were thinking of getting one, get that one because you don't need to hook up 2 mics. The Vocaster 1 has it's set up for 1 mic, 1 person, and it's $60.
Yeah,
And that's
and you never
really
know,
good for $60.
it could go even cheaper on Black Friday, which is coming up. So
Mm-hmm.
if you can hold off, I would wait until then just to see what the price is.
Yep.
I ended up when I got mine, I got mine for $150, and I thought I got a good deal.
So I bought this one, and then I had issues back and forth. Remember when I first
Yeah.
got mine? None of the physical buttons worked. The lights on it, on the face of it, were all pink.
Hmm.
I did nothing to it. I stopped using it. I put it aside. I was dealing with Focusrite. They were about to send me out like a package so I can send this one back. In the meantime, I picked up a Vocaster 1. It was on sale at the time for like $67, $69. For the hell of it, when my Vocaster 1 showed up, I plugged in my Vocaster 2 and it worked fine. But I just kept the Vocaster 1 as a spare
Yeah.
or something that I can take with me.
So I use my Vocaster now as a backup to what I'm using. But yeah, can you use it on Mac computer?
I am.
Yeah, you can use it
Yep.
on
Mac,
PC or
Windows,
Mac, yeah.
whatever. Yep. I have a Mac, and that's what I'm using this with my Mac. So yes.
Let's see, live stream consultants. Here's another dual element lav mic, the MMPC 11. I'm guessing he's talking about the ones that they use on Live PD.
Those, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I could afford the ones that they have. They sound so good though. They're like
Oh.
really good.
Yeah, it's almost like they're in a studio, but they're out in the field.
Processing, man.
Yeah, this is true. And with good processing, you can almost make anything sound decent or usable for sure.
If anybody watched my walk and talk video on the Chronicles, that sounded pretty good, right?
Yeah.
That was no lav mic. That was just my new. I've got the iPhone 16 Pro
Mm-hmm.
Max, and it has an option when you record video. You can change the audio to different types of audio, and I put it on studio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Bill says it's weird. It's weird for you to call him Bill,
You know what? I don't like calling you Bill. It feels stupid.
but that's the name that shows up. That's just like
That is what shows up. I say that because that's what everybody else sees in the thing. And if I said BJ, they'd all be like, who the hell is he talking about? Change your thing to say BJ Lockman and I'll feel better.
Yeah, or yeah, I can understand BL maybe because it'd be Bill Lockman.
It's BJ because his middle name is Justin.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's Justin. Pretty sure it's Justin. Billy Justin. Little redneck from Texas.
At least it's not Billie Jean because she's not my lover. She's just a girl.
And she thinks that you're the one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the kid is not my son. Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah. Stupid.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's check in on that poll one more again.
One more again. Still 3.
Let's see, do you like RGB on a microphone? All you gotta do is hashtag yes, hashtag no, or hashtag maybe to enter the poll. Very simple, very easy to do. And yeah, it looks like most people, at least for the people who have voted, myself, Clay, and probably one other, has just
Said nah.
Yeah. Said yeah, no, nah, they don't like RGB. No RGB.
Nah. Cholo said maybe. That's not an option, Felix.
It is an option.
Oh, it is. Oh, there is an. Oh, I didn't see that.
Hashtag no. Yes.
I'm
Hashtag no.
stupid.
Hashtag maybe.
So he's a good pick for the maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the situation. Like I said, if you're a gamer and you like a lot of RGB, there's some RGB that I don't mind. I think it was the cherry that had like a little RGB on the very bottom end. I think Mike Newman reviewed it. It was a cherry microphone, had a little RGB on the very bottom end, but it was not super bright. It was.
I don't remember.
It was very classy looking. So, and somebody actually likes RGB on their.
But see, that's good. I like when the polls are a little diverse.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of why I
Just
did
a
that,
clean
because I'm
sweep.
kind of curious. Yeah. Never know.
Never know.
Never know.
Never know.
I'm curious who put maybe though. Let's see.
Yo Cholo.
Oh yeah, he did. Who put yes? Yo Cholo again. So he's like yes, no. So he's all over the place.
Yeah, the mod squad. I was like, who is that? I was like trying to think if there anybody else that would be.
I think he's watching on 2 devices, which is good.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, I was about to say, which is good because it gets our numbers up. But
It does.
hey, guys, speaking of, if you like what we do here, give us a good old liking, give us a good old thumbing, hit that like
thumbing.
button, share this out to people that you may know who are doing podcasts on a budget or would like to maybe start doing podcasts on a budget, or even people that you are not doing that and don't care. Share it anyway. Maybe they'll get interested. You never know, because we try to share advice and tips and tricks to anybody can start doing this. For you could do a whole setup for less than $100, I think.
Yeah,
Easily.
you do it right. Yeah. I'm gonna be setting up Bill. BJ.
There you go. You can't wait to get all this stuff set up and actually learn about it. Dude, I'm telling you, man, once you start getting into it,
It's fun.
at least for me, I've enjoyed it so much. Like, it started with one microphone that got sent to me for a review, and it has exploded from there. It literally has.
Yeah.
Like
For me, it's just putting on the headphones and getting a decent sounding mic and listening to it live in your head, and you're like, ooh, that sounds good, and
exactly.
just the more reasons you can think of to use all this stuff, the more fun you'll have.
Like, for me, I think that this mic has a very broadcasty, almost old school radio tone sound.
Yeah.
That's what I like about this mic. But if I was to go to this mic right here, this is a condenser microphone. And this is what this sounds like. It is a little bit deeper, actually, than, well, no, it's not deeper, but it's a lot crisper, a lot cleaner than this microphone.
He's frozen. Oh, there he is.
No, you're frozen on my side.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And yeah, on the broadcast, it looks like you're frozen. So yeah, this is the condenser mic, and this is my patriotic mic. Again.
Oh, did you hook it up?
Yeah. Can you tell the difference between this mic?
Yeah.
And this mic? It's a little bit different.
That one is a little more presence.
This one?
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like this one is a little bit more radio broadcasty, a little bit like it's a dynamic microphone, and when I switch to the condenser, it's a little bit, and it's farther away. Like, I can have this microphone farther away, and I think it sounds really good. This is the MXL. I'm sorry, 990. MXL 990 is just in the patriotic form. So yeah.
Chris said Clay went all 180p on us.
I think Clay would. I think it would have been Clay went all 720p on us because we're broadcasting in 1080p.
Yeah.
Oh no, you went 180p.
No, 180.
Oh, I
Yeah,
gotcha.
180.
I gotcha. All right, guys. Let's see. Let's check in on that poll one more time before we start wrapping this thing up. If there's any more questions about Vocasters or microphone technique, please ask now before we wrap this up. I think. Oh, I went to the slide instead of the poll.
There we go.
Yep. I think I like going to that thing just to show off the transition too. So
I know, it's fun. Makes us look all cool and stuff.
it almost makes it look like we know what we're doing.
Yeah. It's all you. Kevin is the EV Mux master. I have yet to. I had my own for a little bit, but I never got to use it. And then I turned it off because I didn't have the money to have it. So Kevin is the mastermind behind the curtain.
Well, I like messing with this stuff. I like
You and
not
Mike.
only, yeah, I don't like only just podcasting. I like making a podcast, especially on YouTube, a video podcast, look somewhat professional, somewhat, and I like to have a lot of bells and whistles with it too. Like I like the transitions, I like the polls, I like the slideshows. I like all that stuff that just enhances the viewer experience. In my opinion, do you guys think it enhances your experience? Do you guys like it as well?
I like it. I think it's neat.
And the poll is available for people on a phone. All you gotta do is type it in the comments, whatever you're watching it on. It is hashtag yes, hashtag no,
Or hashtag maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Harvey Sullivan, EVMux takes all the comments from whether it be my channel, Clay's channel, and it puts them all on screen. So it just takes that feed and it takes the hashtag and it loads it in. It loads it in from however they do it that way. So.
He had asked a question earlier. He said, "So when you're both on live, whose system is it broadcasting the show off of?"
It's actually broadcasting from my channel, Clay's channel, and both of Clay's channels.
Yeah, two of mine, and yeah.
But the signal is going straight out to EVMux, and they are sending it out to our channels.
As far as production wise, it's coming from Kevin's machine, Kevin's computer. But then like he said,
yeah. But saying that, you have access to all the production that I'm doing as well. It's just that I'm more familiar with it, so I'm able to handle it probably a little bit smoother.
Yes.
And they say it looks like a high dollar production. Well, it's not, but
no.
Thank you.
No.
I want to check in on the poll one more time because he did hashtag maybe, see if there's a 2 going to show up. Let's
Oops, let me.
Yeah.
I got a comment on. Where is it?
I got it. There you go.
Oh, thanks.
See there? It showed up. There's your
Now we got
number
another
2.
one showing up.
It may take it a second to load in, but it'll show up. There you go.
Got 2 maybes, 4 no's, and a yes.
I think most of us, for the most part, don't really care for RGB on the microphone.
Yeah. So if we had a bunch of followers that were gamers, we'd probably have a different.
Definitely a different outcome. Miss K is a gamer. Miss K.
Miss K is, yeah.
I don't know if you're still here, Miss K, but do you like RGB on your microphone? Which I know you don't really have. The one you currently use, or the one that I've seen you use, doesn't really have RGB on it. But if you had one such as the Mayano PD100X, that is a freaking, as Mike Newman would describe, a bug zapper, would you use that?
I got a question. When I got my PD100, and everybody was telling me, "Oh, it's a good thing you didn't get the PD100X." That new mic that me and you were looking at, it's a PD100X. Is that the same PD100X as before, the square one?
I do think it is. It's just a different shell to where there's not RGBs in it.
So it was square before?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Miss K, it was okay when I had it, but I'd rather not have RGB on her mics. There you go.
I will have, doing the little plug, I will have a video coming up soon where I'm going to be comparing that to the Fine AM8.
Which will be a very cool comparison.
Yeah. And the reason is because they look so similar.
Yeah, I sent a picture to Clay and Mike actually talking about, man, they look like they're competition much.
Yeah.
Because they look so similar. Before we end, yeah, let's plug our stuff real quick. I had this microphone come out today on my channel where I painted it, and I put foam on the inside, so I'm not gonna hide this beautiful paint job that I did to this microphone, which I still think this looks amazing now, the black on orange.
I love that. The orange is awesome.
And earlier this week, we did a game show draft on my channel where we drafted our favorite game shows. So, for the movie portion of my channel. All right. I think we're going to go ahead and end this right now. So, Clay, do you have any last words you'd like to say?
Any last words? I love you, Mom. No, just the comparison that's going to be coming soon. That one is I am getting a little help from Fine on that one, so that'll be kind of cool. But I gotta get both mics in before I can do it, and then play with each for about, I don't know, a week, and then I'll do it. So a couple weeks.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, I do believe that does it for this episode of Budget Podcasting with Clay and Kevin. So, if we don't see you again, thank you for being a friend.
Good night.